I think you can hear me now. Excellent. What a great start to this video. Not really, but it is what it is. However, it's not going to stop us from doing this video, is it? Okay, so let me start this again. Hello, everybody. I'm the Wizard Teacher, and I have prepared another quiz for you. This time, it's going to be rather interesting because we are going to delve into the world of word formation, which sounds like a fascinating topic. And hopefully, it does not destroy your confidence, as the title of this video suggests. I mean, the idea is that we all learn something new here. That's why I'm doing this. So I would like to practice and potentially learn some new things. You guys hopefully learn as well. If not, I will not be a happy teacher. And you might be wondering, hey, Wizard, or if you want, you can also call me by my real name, Zdenek. Hey, Zdenek, why are you wearing this? Normally, you just have a casual t-shirt, right? That's right, I prefer casual clothes. I don't really dress up normally for these occasions, but I thought I might as well do it today. You know why? You know why? Well, because not only am I streaming to the Teacher Zdenek YouTube channel and the Wizard Teacher YouTube channel, but also today I'm streaming to my LinkedIn profile. So that's a super professional place. So I might as well look smart here, right? Okay, let's go. Here is the ChatGPT prompt I prepared for us today. And it goes like this. Let's make another quiz, this time based around this clickbait title of my new live video. This word formation exercise will destroy your confidence. Live quiz in brackets. I would like this to be a classic Cambridge test exercise on word formation, prefixes, suffixes, etc. Each question should be numbered and be at C1 to C2 level. Are you guys ready to rumble? I hope you are. It's ready to rumble, by the way, not ramble. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for rambling. You're rumbling. You're ready to rumble, I suppose. Let's go. Okay, perfect. This title is Pure Cambridge Trauma. Sounds quite scary, doesn't it? Let's lean fully into C1 to C2 exam brutality. Oh, it's going to be brutal, guys. I can't wait. Below is a classic word formation exercise in the exact style candidate fear. Same root, simple traps, negative prefixes, nominalizations, awkward adjectives, and no obvious answers. Oh my God, I'm starting to get a bit worried here. This word formation exercise will destroy your confidence. Instructions. Say this on stream. It says here I should say it on stream. Therefore, I'm saying it on this stream before I forget. Use the word given in capitals to form a word that fits the gap grammatically and logically. Spelling matters. No mercy. Oh God. All right, let's go. I think I'm going to nail this. I feel quite confident about this, guys. There are 15 words I have to deal with, and I would like to make maximum one mistake. If I make more than one mistake, I will not be happy, okay? Right. His explanation was so vague that it only added to the general. Come on, that is easy. That's barely B1 level. Come on. Confusion, because we need a noun, right? To the general confusion surrounding the incident, right? By the way, I think the hardest thing about this whole question is probably the word vague. Do you guys know what vague means? So he was explaining something, right? It was explaining why something happened, but it was vague. It means it wasn't specific enough. He was not really getting to the point. Maybe he was beating around the bush. He was being too general. Yeah, so there was confusion, a lot of confusion surrounding the incident, right? Okay, I have to say it must be confusion here. So number one, confusion. And it is correct. What a surprise. Let's move on. Hopefully the challenge will increase as we carry on here. The committee expressed strong about the long-term viability of the proposal. A little bit more difficult, but still, I think I can deal with this one. So again, we are looking for a noun, aren't we here? We definitely are. The committee expressed strong skepticism is the word. Skepticism. How do we spell that? There's no mercy, remember? Skepticism. It should be like that. Skepticism, right? So if you're skeptical about something, you don't really believe in the success of it, really. I think that's what it means. So the committee said, we don't really think it's going to work long term. Viability of the proposal means if the proposal, so suggestion, is viable, it means it's something you should consider, something that might actually work. But if it's not viable, that means it's not going to work. It's not a good idea. It's not a good proposal. It's not viable. It's not feasible. It's not doable, maybe even, right? Okay. So skepticism is my answer. And I think I'm 100% sure about this. You should never say 100%, should you? 99.9% sure. Okay, let's go with that. All right, great. It's correct. No need to dwell on it anymore. Number 3, what initially appeared to be a minor oversight later proved to be so costly. So what are we looking for here? We are looking for something that could pre-modify the word costly, something that could sort of change the meaning a little bit. In this case, we are looking for something that will make it that will intensify the word costly. We need something that will make it sound stronger. And the word has to be from something we create from the word disaster. Well, it has to be obviously an adverb. Disastrously, right? Is it? Oh my God, I hope so. Disastrously? I think that's the word. Disaster. I don't really use the word disastrously, to be fair, but I think that's what it is. Disaster, disastrously costly. That's actually a word that I have to say I'm not 100% sure about, but I think it could work. Disastrously costly. Okay, let's see. Let's see if this is right. No, it is not correct. Oh my God, I messed up the spelling, guys. Whoa, no mercy. So basically what happened here is that the noun is spelled like this, disaster, but that's actually a nice little catch here. I think I like to be challenged in this kind of way. Right, so in the future, I should remember that the spelling changes, right? The spelling changes here disastrously. So the E is omitted. It disappears. That is really interesting. I had no idea, actually. Okay, lovely, lovely. So I have already made that mistake I spoke about. Hopefully there will be no more to come. But if the level of challenge is this high, as we saw in number 3, I think there's a chance I might not make it, but we will see. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, a minor oversight, for example, I don't know, somebody who is, let's say, some sort of clerk is counting the money or is counting taxes or whatever, and they make a mistake in a number. Maybe they add a 0 or something. And at first it seemed like a small thing that nobody should worry about too much, you know, some kind of negligible error, but it appeared as a minor oversight, like something they just sort of didn't pay close attention to. But later it proved to be disastrously costly because the company went bankrupt as a result of that tiny little mistake or oversight, right? That's a nice word, oversight, by the way. Okay. Number 4, the journalist was accused of... Wow, that's going to be a tough one that I don't necessarily know. I think we are looking for a verb. We need a verb in the ing form because we have a preposition, so we need a gerund. Is it going to be something like sensationating? Oh God, I don't actually know this one. Sensationating? Is that a word? Sensationalizing, or maybe, right? I think that's sensationalizing. I have a strange feeling that this might actually work. Sensationalizing. Wow. If that is a word, I deserve a medal. And if it's not, you guys have to forgive me, because look at this crazy word. Basically, you're looking for something that will have the meaning of making the facts sensational. So rather than sort of sticking to the raw facts and only reporting what they should report, the journalists, they made a sensation out of it. They made a bigger scandal out of it than it really was. So sensationalizing, I think, might work. And this is what journalists did in order to provoke public outrage. I'm sure this is what the Republicans are saying now after the publications of the Epstein files, right? Which are heavily redacted, and we still don't have everything, of course. But the Republicans, or anyone who is behind, obviously, Donald Trump, might say that journalists are just sensationalizing. Is the verb, or is it not? We need to check, guys. I'm not sure. Sensationalizing. Sensationalizing. No, it's wrong. I think it's almost right. Hang on. Is it? Hang on. I think it's right? Sensationalizing. Basically, instead of S, I have Z here, because it's like the American way. Hang on. You sure? Can you not give me this one? Sensationalizing. Is there another spelling mistake there? Let's see. Sensation. Alizing, right? Alizing. I have it, but it's one of those that we know the word realize can be spelled with S or with Z, and both versions are acceptable as long as you stay consistent in your writing, for instance. That's the point here. And I think even in British English, people actually write Z these days. They don't automatically go for S, which would be the old school British way of spelling it. They sometimes just say realize with Z. They spell realize with Z. So in this sense, like, I think, yeah, so basically it doesn't want to accept my answer because it says it's American. It knows, ChatGPT knows that I prefer British English, which is true. But I'm just going to beg, guys. I'm going to have to beg you for mercy here. I think you should accept my answer. Let's see what happens. I'm begging for mercy. I don't like the sound of it. Mercy granted. Hell yes. Wonderful. Sometimes you just have to stand up for yourself, guys. That's what you have to do. Don't give up, Don't just let the teacher get away with it. If you feel like you have a chance, Just go for it. Okay. So examiner's decision, correct. Grammar, correct. Register, perfect. Spelling, variety of English, American, accepted. I think it maybe because I mentioned Donald Trump, maybe that's why. But the ChatGPT didn't hear my mention of Donald Trump, though. I don't think it's listening, or is it? It might be listening to me. Who knows? Oh, wow. Half a mark, Cambridge cruelty, or full mark, YouTube mercy. What the? It's actually making me laugh. Wow. Wow, okay. Thanks, I guess. Fair enough. That reaction is the correct emotional response to a Cambridge style exercise. Exactly. All right, guys, let's move on. I'm quite happy, actually, I got this one right, because I didn't think I would, because I don't ever use the word sensationalize. It was just my gut feeling that it might actually work. And it did. It did indeed. Okay, let's continue. There is a growing something among voters that politicians are out of touch with everyday realities. Okay, I think I know what we are looking for. We need something, because content means sort of when you're content, or in this case, yeah, when you're content, you're happy with something, right? You're satisfied, let's say. But I think we're looking for the opposite, because politicians are out of touch with everyday realities. It actually means that politicians are maybe rich guys that have no idea what sort of ordinary people, maybe poor people, are going through, how tough their lives are these days. They have no idea, because they are living in their expensive houses and driving their powerful cars or something like that. So they are out of touch. If you're out of touch, you have no clue, you have no idea. Yeah, you are not informed, or so basically we need something negative here. I think we need the word discontent. I think so. There is a growing discontent. Growing means that it's increasing, it's getting bigger and bigger, and among voters. So people that vote, right, for certain political parties. And this is probably the reason why we have such strange populist parties ruling the world these days. This is probably the reason why Donald Trump and other politicians came about, because a lot of politicians just underestimated the situation, and they didn't do their job right. I think we can blame, of course, people who voted for people like Donald Trump. We can just as well, we can also blame those that didn't do a good enough job to protect us from people like Donald Trump coming to power. You see, do you get my point? I think a lot of people are to blame here. Discontent is the word. Discontent. I think it's that word that we're looking for. And it is correct. Well done. Well done. It's rock solid. Nice one. No mercy needed. Thank God for that. Thank God for no mercy needed this time. His refusal to compromise was seen as a signal of professional rather than principle. Okay, so to compromise, this is something that perhaps a diplomat has to do, or someone who gets in the middle of something, someone who has two sides arguing with each other, and this person is the mediator, or some kind of a judge, or someone who needs to bring these two parties together, that is trying to find some sort of common ground, someone that is trying to help appease the situation, right? Someone who is trying to reach a compromise. So the party A cannot get everything they are asking for, just like party B cannot get everything they are asking for. So there's someone in the middle who can help bring a compromise. But in this case, his refusal to compromise, so this guy refused to compromise, and it was seen as a professional So it's like a negative thing. So we are looking for the word flexible in the form of a noun, but it has to be something negative, because refusal to compromise, it could be a principle. If it's a principle, it's like a good thing. It's a positive thing. That person has principles. So if I have principle, if I stick to my principles, it means I am stubborn in a way that shows that I'm loyal to my own beliefs, which is a positive thing. If you are loyal to your own beliefs, you don't change your opinions too much. You are not a hypocrite, which is hard in this day and age. That's a positive thing. But here, I think the person refused to compromise, and it was not seen as a principle. It was seen as something negative. It was seen as a professional. In my opinion, the prefix, the negative prefix from the word flexible is inflexible, and therefore the noun will be inflexibility. Okay, what do you guys think? I think it could work. His professional inflexibility. I think so. Let's see. Yes, textbook answer. No tricks this time. Wonderful. I'm glad. I am delighted. Okay, number 7. The decision. Something wrong with the stress there. Excuse me. The decision was widely criticized for its something, particularly given the evidence available at the time. Ooh. The decision was wildly criticized for its. So someone decided to do something, someone powerful, and people criticized it. People didn't like it. The journalists criticized it widely, because basically the person who decided, that person had enough evidence to decide in a different way, and based on the evidence the person had, they shouldn't have decided in that way they did. That's why that person, I said he, it could be a she, was criticized widely. So again, we are looking for something negative. Is it misjudgment? See, I'm not sure here, but I think misjudgment might work. Misjudgment, you misjudge something. You judge something wrongly, right? Maybe a judge could judges, right? That's a job of a judge, to judge. And if he does it wrong, if he or she judges wrong, or wrongly, I should say, then that's a misjudgment. I think it is. I think it's quite similar to the previous one. Let's see. Yes, correct. British English approved. The decision was widely criticized for its misjudgment, particularly given the evidence available at the time. Misjudgment is a standard British English noun formation. Yeah, okay, great. Well, I'm happy about this. Time to continue and do number 8. Despite repeated warnings, the company continued to operate with a shocking level of, shocking level of something. Again, we are looking for something negative here. Despite repeated warnings. So somebody was trying to warn this company many times. They were telling them, don't do it. It's against the rules. You're doing the wrong thing. You should pay the taxes, or you should, I don't know, you should adhere to all those rules that you have agreed to follow. But you did not. We have warned you many times before. We've told you, don't do it this way, do it properly. But the company didn't listen. They continued to operate with a shocking level of negative word, noun. The negative from responsible is irresponsible. But there's a tricky thing. I think we need to change there's going to be a change in a letter. I have to be careful. Irresponsibility. I think it's going to be like this. Irresponsibility. Irresponsibility, right? Oh my God, I'm scared, guys. I'm scared I've made a spelling mistake here. It's a tough one. Responsibility. No, there's something wrong. Irresponsibility. I knew there was something wrong. Okay, irresponsibility. Okay, let's go. Has to be this, right? What else could it be? Yes! Happy about this. Nice one. How you doing, guys? Yourselves, by the way. How you doing? So far, so good? Let me know. Let me know how many you got correct at the end of this video. Write it down below. I'm quite curious. I am. I should probably ask you at the end of the video again. Let me try to remember. Okay, well, this one might be tougher. I can already see it. What makes the issue so complex is not the lack of data, but its sheer... I think I know. Basically, if something is complex, it's maybe a little bit difficult to understand or follow or untangle, or is difficult to classify or whatever. And we have some data that we are working with. And the problem is not that we don't have enough of it. We have enough data. We have a lot of information. In fact, the problem is the fact that we have too much of it. The sheer abundance is the word we are looking for. Abundance. If you have abundance of something, you kind of have more than you need. Abundance means more than you need, but it's spelled with U, abundance, right? The sheer means like complete, maybe something like that, right? Sheer abundance. So much of it that it's hard to process it. Sheer abundance, it has to be that. Yes, no controversy here. That's exactly what Cambridge wants. I'm glad they do. Okay, number 10. The report stops short of making direct accusations, relying instead on subtle... what does this even mean, guys? So there's a report. It stops short. Not sure exactly what that means. Hang on. Report stops short of making direct accusations. I think I know the answer. I'm just not sure what this whole sentence means. Okay. The report stops short of making direct accusations. Does it mean that it's not really making many direct accusations? Or does it mean the opposite? I think it's going to be one of the two. I think it means stop short. I think it means it's not really making direct accusations. So it's not accusing anyone of doing anything wrong, but it's relying on subtle implications. Means there are some hints, right? Rather than direct accusation. So the person writing this was very careful because they didn't want to be criticized by the public, or they wanted to be careful not to stir the public or something like that. But subtle implications, I think, because we have accusations, so I think we are looking for implications, which is sort of like suggestions or something like that. And we're going to ask, actually, we're going to ask exactly what this sentence means, because I think I'm going to get this right, but I would like this explained, because I think I know what it means, and it is right. I'm going to ask, can you explain this sentence? Because I think I know, but I would like to know a better definition here. So sort of check my thinking behind it. The report stops short of making direct accusations. To stop short means it does not go as far as. It intentionally avoids doing something. That's what I said, I think. Yeah, lovely. So the report almost accuses someone, but it doesn't really say it openly. The report avoids making direct accusations. the report refrains from making direct accusations. All those expressions mean the same thing. And yeah, there's a contrast, implications, things that are suggested, not stated. That's what I said. I said that. Okay, great. Great job. Okay, this is number 11, guys. I think 5 more to go. His sudden change of opinion struck many as both suspicious and deeply so. Basically, there was somebody who changed their opinion suddenly. So they were thinking one thing, but then next day they decided to say the complete opposite of what they were thinking. I think I've seen it before. I'm not going to name the person again, but you know who I am thinking. Yeah, that guy, that orange person, basically, if it strikes you as something, it means that it gives you, it's sort of, how to explain this? It makes it look like it's, it strikes me as, it seems as, right? It's something like that. Suspicious, which is a negative adjective, it wasn't a good thing that he changed his opinion. It was suspicious and deeply something that is negative here. So negative, and also we are looking for another adjective which would be at the same level with the word suspicious. Suspicious is something we cannot trust, and the second one will be something we will not be convinced by. We will not believe it enough, right? And the negative adjective will be unconvincing, guys. I'm pretty sure about that one. Unconvincing. Yeah. Okay, great. I think so. Oh, no, it's not. What? Unconvinced. Ah, no, I missed the N. God damn it. How could this happen? It's a spelling trap. I cannot spell. Not convince. I wrote, wait, what? Convince, convincing. The verb is convince, not convince. What did I write? Unconvincing. I missed the N. How could this happen? How could this possibly happen? What a disaster. Oh God, I didn't want to make a mistake like that. Strike someone as something. Give me a definition. Definition, please. I think it's like, it makes it look like, it gives you a particular impression. It seems a certain way to you. Yeah, exactly as I said. So at least I got that one right. Yeah, but come on, like, would I make the same mistake if I were paying close attention to doing this exercise? If I were not recording it live, probably I might make the same mistake, to be fair, because sometimes I can be rather absent-minded. It is what it is. We have to move on. The policy was introduced with the intention of reducing inequality, but its effect proved largely... Okay, the policy was introduced, so somebody introduced a policy. Maybe the government, let's say, government came up with a new policy, and the intention behind it was that the reason they did it was that they wanted to reduce inequality. They wanted to make sure that people are equal. Yeah, no matter of their origin, no matter of their background, skin color, gender, sexuality, everybody is equal. That was the idea of this democratic policy, let's say, right? But its effects proved largely, so basically they introduced this new policy, this new law, but it did not work. There is a but. So If there is a but, it means we are looking for a contrast. So something didn't quite work out. In this case, the policy. And so, again, we're looking for an adjective if it proved. And how do we make an adjective from the word product? Unproductive, I think it will be. I have to make sure I spell it right. Not like that. Unproductive. Oh my God, no, there's a U. Unproductive. Unproductive, I think, has to be that. Unproductive. Oh, no. Okay. Now this one, counterproductive. Of course, counterproductive. Oh my God. Of course. It's like when you say counterintuitive, it's exactly the same. What was I thinking? Okay, I want to know whether counterproductive, unproductive actually exists, because it might exist too. Unproductive means producing little or no useful result. Actually, it's kind of what I thought here. But the sentence implies something stronger and more ironic. Fair enough. I actually, you know what? I'll give ChatGPT this one. But unproductive might work in another world, in a different universe. Okay, I'm going to ask this. Could unproductive work in a different universe, though? See, I'm not giving up. Short answer, yes, in a slightly different universe. Not in this sentence, though. Why unproductive almost works? I really thought it could work. Why it fails? Unproductive is logically possible in a softer context, but the discourse markers in the sentence push the reader towards counterproductive. This is exactly the kind of explanation that makes learners go, oh, wow, that's unfair. Exactly right. That's exactly how I feel right now, which frankly is the Cambridge experience. Don't patronize me. Okay, sure. Counterproductive. I should have gone for that one, to be honest. I'm a little bit disappointed here. Never mind. She handled the hostile questioning with remarkable, never once raising her voice. Hostile questioning. So I think this is some kind of detective, maybe, interrogating a suspect. Hostile means that suspect is not really cooperating. Perhaps they are even making, giving the detective a hard time, right? Making it harder and harder by being really obnoxious, or not really working with the police officer or whoever is doing the interrogation. The I said the detective, it could be. But basically this policewoman or this detective, she was very good at her job because she didn't raise her voice, even though she was provoked by this hostile suspect. She didn't flinch. She kept her cool, calm, you could say, or she handled it with remarkable composure is the word we are looking for. Composure, which means like calmness, composure. Basically, she was very professional. She was very good at her job. Yeah? Has to be composure, 100%. Yes, it is correct. Okay, lovely. Lovely, jobly. All right. Where are we? 2 more to go. The agreement was deliberately worded to allow for multiple something in the event of a dispute. This is interesting. So somebody made an agreement with someone, I suppose. I don't know, they signed some sort of contract maybe, but it was on purpose. Deliberately means on purpose, written, worded, could be like written in such a way to make it easy, to make it easy for multiple, for different ways of looking at it and of different interpretations, right? Different ways you could understand what was written in the event of a dispute. And this was done so that when there was a dispute, when there was somebody basically questioning it, or if someone decided to have a problem with it later on, it would be easier to interpret. It's weird because I think it's doing the exact opposite, right? I think it's better if you write it in a way that it can only be interpreted by one way. Could it be misinterpretations? I have to be careful here. The agreement was deliberately worded to allow for multiple. It could be misinterpretations. Ooh, I think so, right? Now but why would you? I think interpretations. Oh my God, I'm not sure, guys. The agreement was deliberate. So someone wrote, they wrote the agreement in such a way, like imagine two parties, right? They want to make a contract about something and they write it in such a way that it would be easy to understand it. Usually you want to understand it in one way, right? Because then later it's easier to dispute it if someone decides to say that, basically you could solve any kind of problems arising from this easily if it was written in the right way. In one way you can interpret it. So I think you allow for multiple. I don't know, misinterpretations or interpretations. I'm confused by this. You want to allow multiple interpretations. Not if you allow misinterpretations, you're making it harder for yourself. So it has to be interpretation. Okay, listen, I'm not sure about this one. I could be wrong here. I wouldn't be surprised if this one was wrong, but it is right. Whew, what a relief. Did you hear it, guys? Did you hear it? It was the weight of my shoulders. Yeah. Okay, wow. This was a tough one. Just one left now. Just one left. Are you guys still there? I'm getting a bit sleepy here. There is something inherently adjective, definitely. We are looking for an adjective about claiming neutrality while actively benefiting from the system. Somebody who is doing this, there's something inherently wrong about it. Something not wrong, but it's contradictory. When something is contradictory, basically you are doing one thing, well, you are saying one thing, but you're doing another thing. It's like almost like hypocritical, right? You're claiming neutrality. You're saying you're neutral. You're saying that you will not do it, but then you actively benefit from the system. Yeah, okay. Contradictory has to be contradictory. Okay, I think it should work. Nice one. Strong finish. Okay. Final score: 1 American spelling casualty, 2 spelling-based near misses, 1 meaning trap. overall, comfortable C2, flirting with C2, comfortable C1, flirting with C2. I hope so. I hope so, with examiner-induced trauma included. Okay, great. I think I'll take it. I think I made more than one mistakes. I think I made more than one mistake, I should say. But I think the kind of mistakes I made, maybe apart from number 12, counterproductive. I think that one, I'm not happy about that one. Everything else, I think it was just some spelling mistakes or weird moments, which I think normally I wouldn't make those mistakes, or maybe it would even be accepted as correct. With that Z, remember that ZS? I think that's not a big deal. But number 12, I think that was the only genuine mistake I made. Right, so I think I'm okay with this. I think I'll take it. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? That's the stress I should use here. Yeah, I think it's time to call it a day, or call it a night in my case. And yeah, we can both, or all, I say both, as if there were two people watching this. We can all look forward to another video here, including myself, because I'm actually enjoying these, because it's a nice challenge for me, you know. I like games, competitions of all kinds, and this is definitely one of those. Especially, I like this added bonus of a little bit of pressure as I'm being watched, I'm being judged by you guys, perhaps even some English teachers or English teachers to be. And that's nice. I like it. I like it. And I know it's sometimes a bit risky. I'm exposing myself to the world as a non-native teacher as well. It's even riskier, right? Because everybody is judging your English. But I like this sort of challenge. I like it. It makes it more fun for me for some reason. Why? I cannot explain. But there was something I was supposed to remind you, wasn't there? What was it? Usually at the end, I ask people to like, share, and subscribe. Ah, I remember. Could you please leave a comment telling me how many out of 15 you got right? Personally, for me, it was, let's say, 13 out of 15 because of some weird spelling mistakes and then one answer which I admit should have been different from me. So 13 out of 15, I think it's all right. Could have done better, but I'll take it. What about you? Leave a comment. Thank you very much for watching, and I will speak to you very, very soon indeed. Bye.